Greetings from home. Don't worry, I won't keep you here for long and we'll get to the actual traveling part soon. But while editing the footage for this video, I realized that I barely spoke to the camera. So to balance things out, I decided to do the vlog a bit differently, a bit more storytelling-like, just to make sure that you won't miss my face, you know? But I'll shut up now. Actually, I won't. I don't know why I said that. Once upon a time, aka the last week of July, I left for Bucharest with my friend Evelina. She invited me to tag along on her trip since she was going to meet her boyfriend there and I was brought along for entertainment purposes. Our first stop in the city was a little cafe near Old Town where we had our first proper meal of the day. It's like... Băi, asta a fost like, nu știu, it was kind of like a 7 out of 10, you know, could have been better. I think the key to maintaining old friendships in your 20s as people move and chase their goals is to not limit the time spent with old friends to just catching up and reminiscing only, but to focus on making new memories together. This is how Evelina and I became even closer after graduating because she's one of the people I kept sharing experiences with, like our very memorable walk to the bookstore from that day. Oh my god, but it's like raining really hard at this point, like we're gonna be wet dogs by the end of this little walk. Okay, no news come. The summer rain had started and humbled us really quickly, causing our first purchase in Bucharest to be an umbrella, which helped us arrive relatively dry to Cărturești Carusel, a famous bookstore filled with books, stationery, trinkets, wine, tea, whatever your heart desires. Don't hate me, but I was left a bit disappointed by Cărturești. It does offer a variety of books, however, I still struggle to find something to read. I think I've just become a bit spoiled since moving abroad, where it's much easier to get access to new releases. However, Cărturești is still worth visiting 100% for the vibes and the Instagram photo at least, and I did get myself a book, Immaculate Conception. History lesson, which is in no way about the city specifically, more about my life. But my mom was born in Romania, which is Bucharest is the capital of Romania, and then she came to study here, and that's where she met my dad, because my dad came from Moldova to go to university here too, and they met, they went back to Moldova. My sister was born, blah blah blah. Then she started university in Bucharest and has been living here since then. She now has her own family, her own house. Welcome to her kitchen. I used to come to Bucharest almost every summer. I think this is the first time I'm coming in the last like 3-ish years. What I know of Bucharest is only what I could see from my dad's car, because we were always driving around town and my parents already know the city, so there was never a real curiosity to just go and explore it. But I'm trying to treat it as an exotic. Is that... I don't think that's the right word. I'm trying to... I think what I'm trying to say is that I want to enjoy it like I would enjoy a destination that I've never been to before. I want to see little tourist places. I want to visit museums. I want to try cute little spots. My sister really wanted to visit the National Museum of Contemporary Art, which is inside the Palace of Parliament. Despite holding a printed guide, though, we were still extremely lost among the, shall we say, very original pieces. Contemporary art and I still don't get along, but if you do go, there's one exhibit I would genuinely recommend, Posters of the Golden Age, which showcases propaganda art from the 1980s, which both me and my sister found fascinating. Starved for both aesthetics and food, we wrapped our sister date at Infinity, a tea house I can only describe as a place ripped straight out of a Tinkerbell movie. Fairy lights, vintage furniture, amazing lunch options. I wholeheartedly recommend it.
Tell me how I'm struggling.
To be honest, I didn't speak that much to the camera during this trip because there was a lot going on in my life behind the scenes. But in an attempt to relax, Evelina, her boyfriend Ion, and I went to Terme, a very popular spa resort just outside of Bucharest. It's known for its thermal pools, spa treatments, saunas, and I didn't film anything because I was not about to be that bitch that sticks up a camera into people's faces as they're like half naked and trying to relax. But controversial opinion, we didn't really get the hype. We swam a bit, tried some slides, enjoyed the atmosphere, but we left a bit underwhelmed, though we did enjoy the pool bar and the restaurant, which were both surprisingly reasonably priced in my opinion, so points for that. After a full day at Terme, I was completely wiped, but Evelina and Ion invited me to join them for dinner, and I was so close to saying no. But this is why I love traveling, because it forces me to do things knowing I won't get the same opportunity twice. And I'm really glad that I went, because that dinner ended up being my favorite memory from the whole trip. We went to Caru, Bere, one of the most iconic traditional restaurants in Bucharest. Entering the restaurant was like being transported into a different era, which at the same time felt familiar as I was pleasantly embraced by my culture. There were dancers performing and even inviting guests to join them in a hora, a traditional Romanian dance where everyone holds hands and spins in a circle. It's a bit more nuanced than I described it, but to this day I don't know how to properly dance it. That's the whole point though, anyone can jump in and just vibe. Not long after the food arrived, and guys, we had a bit of a situation that I want to share with you. So I ordered tocănița coniței, which is basically polenta with mushroom stew. Yeah, remember that. I get my dish. I look into my plate and I'm like, oh, why is there meat? Maybe I ordered the wrong thing. Maybe the mushroom stew was coming with some meat. I was a bit confused and disappointed because I was really looking forward to that mushroom stew. So what do? I go to the waiter and I nicely ask him, hey, I think you might have gotten my order wrong. And this man comes to our table, looks at my dish, and he's like, no, yeah, that is tocănița coniței. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure that this is what I ordered? Are you sure this is the mushroom stew? And he's like, yeah, I am. Yeah. I'm like, okay. I sit down, I'm about to eat the meal, but as I was about to put my fork in it, I'm like, wait a minute. So I check the menu and I see that tocănița coniței is listed as a vegetarian dish, meaning that it can't have meat. Look,
I want to be best friends with all of my waiters. If you are nice to me, then let me tell you, I will give you a very fat tip. However, when you blatantly lie while you look into my eyes, while I speak the same language, it's a bit like scumpule. Scumpule. I was also super hungry, so I got up once again, about to go to the waiter, but then another waiter came by and he was like, yeah, we mixed it up. And I'm like, your coworker just looked me in the eyes and told me this is what I ordered. Like, I know this is not what I ordered, but hello? But it's not a big deal. It's fine. It was a big deal that night, which is why I share the story. In the end, I got my desired dish, Ion enjoyed his Romanian steak, and we had a pleasant night. And if I'd had to encapsulate Romanian culture in a moment, it was that evening. Dancing a hora, gathering at the table, and enjoying comfort food with good people.